Glenn's, I got a special treat for you here today. This is the only all original 69 Mach 3 500 I've ever seen on the East Coast here. Owned by my friend Glenn since 1969 when he purchased it. He has not ridden it since 1978. Is that correct, Glenn?
That's correct.
Really,
it's been a long time.
I don't know who's more excited today, me or you. But a couple years back, Glenn's like, hey, I'd really like to resurrect my Mach 1, get it running again. So I said, bring it down, we'll get it done. And without further ado, we'll introduce this bike to you. It's a Mach 3 500, 1969. This is the biggest two-stroke cow he made before the H2 750. Glenn, what do they call this color?
It's called Peacock Gray.
Peacock Gray.
Yeah, it's a factory color.
And it is probably more rare than the other colors because I have only seen a couple of them on the road. And this bike is 100% original. Has the original factory paint job on it. We did go through it and put new tires on it. We did a thorough cleaning on the inside of the tank and resealed the tank, put new fuel lines and fuel petcocks and new air filter, rebuilt the carbs, went through the ignition system, put a brand new chain on it, brand new set of tires, and it's ready to go. So in 1978, when you parked it, did you have any idea that 40 years later, this bike would be worth well north of $15,000? This is like the Mach 1 or the Chevelle SS of the motorcycle world, this bike. Do you have any idea it'd be worth what it is today?
Not at all. And I remember when I went down to first take a look at it and saw this particular color, and again, like you said, it was rare. Most of the bikes there in that era were white with the blue Kawasaki emblem on them. And when I saw this, I said to the gentleman, he said, well, I've got this one. I said, I'll take it. It was $995. $995 back in the day. I was in college. I didn't have a lot of money. I was under 21.
It's worth over 15 times that today.
I was under 21, so my brother got the loan for me. I paid for it over the years and paid it off.
So that was 54 years ago, right?
That's correct.
And you parked it in 78 partially because you know, business, work, raising a family, everything else.
Correct.
And you were smart enough to keep it high and dry and clean, so it stayed in really remarkably good condition. Yeah, it's for a 54-year-old motor vehicle. It's in, I mean, that's actually an antique. For it to be in this kind of shape is remarkable. And you kept it original too. You didn't mess up the pipes or anything.
None.
That's the original front fender on there. Original chrome on the forks. Original paint job. We bought it through the detail shop and did an extensive cosmetic rotisserie detail. We steam cleaned it and hand polished it from top to bottom. And we did not paint any of the surfaces other than the engine covers where the paint had peeled off. And a little bit of touch up on the swing arm and frame, but and a little bit of there was some bare metal in a couple spots like right here, so we touched it up a little bit. But other than that, it's all original right down to the seat cover. Just remarkable. Everything works on the bike. Showing 15,100 original miles. You ready for your maiden voyage or your second maiden voyage? Let's do it.
All right.
Thing purrs like a kitten. Fired up second kick, and it's been purring like a kitten.
All right, here it goes.
50 years later. Freaking awesome. Very few men have the foresight to hang on to something like this that long, and Glenn made it happen. He was patient with us during the restoration process. It took a long time, and it came out freaking beautiful. And like I said, there was no repainting or rechroming. It was just carefully cleaning all the original components. And we like to keep them original paint here at the New England Motorcycle Museum. These classics, they're only original once, so you want to keep them original if you can. And Glenn had done such a good job maintaining it over the years, keeping it nice and high and dry. It made our job easy. This is not a sound you hear very often on the road today. An H1 triple. The original rider on it. Glenn never beat on this thing. He always took good care of it. He had told me the reason he stopped riding it was his daughter, and a lot of us dads will do that. You know, when you got a family counting on you, and you need to be in one piece, and a lot of guys park their bikes, but it's so cool to see him getting back into it and out here riding. Just I don't know. Like I said, I don't know who's happier today, him or me, but I love seeing new riders getting on bikes. But there's nothing like a guy getting on a bike that he's had for 54 years. That rarely happens. Most guys just don't keep it together that long. Glenn's got longevity in his genes. His mom's 99 years old. Glenn's in a really good shape for his age. He does a lot of running and jogging. Obviously, he doesn't drink or smoke or any of that, so he takes care of himself. And that's the key to long life, man. Nothing like the sound like a 500. You can hear him off in the distance. Wow. What a machine. Kawasaki Heavy Industries, man. They hit the nail on the head with this one. So Glenn, how was your maiden voyage, brother?
Oh, that was awesome.
Did
That brought back so many memories and just an incredible amount of power. It's a little bit nervous the first time I went down the street, then I started feeling it again, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Did it brought back, like,
Oh.
do you have memories, flashbacks, or like that?
It's like a time machine. Absolutely like a time machine.
That's awesome. So, how old were you when you bought it?
Let's see. I would have been just 20, 21.
And how old are you today?
I'm 74. No, I just turned 75. What am I talking about?
And you're out there sending it on the H1 500,
Absolutely.
man. Way to go, brother.
Hey, thank you.
That's freaking awesome, man. I'm proud of you, man. One, for keeping it all these years. Two, not selling it. And taking care of it all these years. And then having the vision to have it, resurrected and brought
But
back
I got
to
to
life.
thank you for bringing it back to life.
Oh, I was happy
You're the
to.
man.
I like I said, I think I had more fun doing this than you did. I love the story. Very rarely do we have a man and bike that have been together since 1969 show up. So you're one in a million, brother. The bike's one in a million, and it's a family heirloom that I wouldn't change a thing on this bike, man. I'd leave it just the way it is.
Yep.
And take real good care of it, just like
my
you have
plan.
the last 50 years. Freaking awesome. So, hey, you guys out there watching this video, hopefully this inspires you. If you had a bike when you were a kid and you want to rekindle the flames of your youth and the fun that you had riding, go out and buy one. If you have one sitting in the barn, take it out and start restoring it. You got to start somewhere and get back on two wheels.
It was almost like the first day when I first got it and I bought it out in Bristol. I remember getting on it for the first time and driving it home.
Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah.
I really hadn't ridden it.
So it was a very similar experience to the first one 50 years ago.
That's correct.
Well, it must have been a good one or you wouldn't have kept it this long, right?
No, that's absolutely right. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed this over the years. And I said, no, I had opportunities to get rid of it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hang on to it.
And there's going to be plenty of guys that are going to comment, no, it's not for sale, okay? In the comment, they'll comment. But Glenn's kept this so long, and you're welcome to leave it here in the museum on display. It's been here. A lot of people have seen it and enjoyed looking at it, and you're welcome to take it home. Whatever you want to do, brother, it's yours to enjoy.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate all you've done, Ken.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Glenn. So how was it, Glenn? Say that again. We shut the camera off.
It's when I got on it and rode it, now I get off, it's like every nerve in my body is just tingling. It's just absolutely amazing.
It's a sensory overload a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
And these were known for being one of the most exciting machines on the road. 3-cylinder, 500cc two-stroke. It's an absolute rocket ship. And a lot of them were crashed by riders that got a little too exuberant on them because the engine has the ability to exceed the suspension and brakes. And you were smart enough to never ride faster than your angels can fly. So,
Yeah.
and it was cool seeing you cruise up and down the road. This has the original intake on it, which is right inside there. You can see that's the original intake, which is really rare. Most of them were taken off and the pipes were modded. We were just talking off camera about the air-cooled rear drum brakes with the air intake on there, and the twin leading chute front drum brakes, which are really excellent for that era. It does have long travel telescopic forks, so it was in its day. It was the cat's meow for sure, and it stood the test of time. It still is really cool and highly collectible. These are investment quality classics now, and that's not why you kept it. You kept it because it was part of your youth and you loved it. But it's cool to see that they've gotten recognized, and the AMA and Cycle World, there's been a lot of write-ups of these H1 500s and its big brother, the H2 750, which is also highly collectible. We've had a few of those. Those are really quite a handful. The 750 triple. I think the 500 is probably a better around town, have fun bike. The 750 can be a real handful. But guys, if you want to come by and see Glenn's machine, it will be here on display this winter at the museum. Glenn's going to be leaving it here on display until the spring, and then maybe he'll take it for a ride in the spring. We'll see. But anytime you fire it up, I'm whipping out the camera here because you don't see these H1s on the road. Trust me. It's just, like I said, if you went to Daytona on this, there could be a row of $50,000 Harleys and no one will take a second look. And you pull up to a shop with this, and all you hear is wrenches dropping on the floor because every mechanic in the shop is going to be like, I know what that sound is. That's a 3-cylinder 2-stroke. And they just don't, it's a unicorn, it really is. Well, made my day, guys. I don't know about you, but that was freaking cool. Really enjoyed that. Stop by the museum this weekend. We're open till 10 to 3. Check out all the hundreds of kick-ass motorcycles in there. Thanks for watching, and God bless United States of America.